Hey everyone, Skull902 here from the luxurious, and by luxurious I mean painfully standard hotel room of Symph and Tori. We just got done watching the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, and I just want to make this recording right now with both of them, say hello,
Hi.
Hi.
to record our thoughts on the film and everything. We'll try to keep it under 10 minutes. We want to go through, spoiler free of course, we won't spoil the movie for you. That's for the podcast coming up soon. But yeah, just want to give our shortened thoughts on how the movie went. So, I guess the first thing to start off with would be acting. Uh, I think that the actors, and I'm sure that you two can agree, put in a pretty good performance. Particularly, I'm gonna point out Jim Carrey. He's the fucking man.
He absolutely is the man.
Lot of fun. Couple cringy lines, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would say too. But yeah, Jim Carrey, the absolute highlight of it. I think the other actors did pretty well with their roles. No real criticisms there, except I really don't know what to think about Idris Elba as Knuckles.
I feel like he was definitely trying to give it his all, and I fully believed his commitment. It's just, there was a few moments where he kind of fell back a little bit on his performance, especially when it comes to his accent. I feel like he was struggling a little bit to figure out what exactly to do with it.
Yeah, it seemed the accent definitely was slipping in a few places here and there, and it's just like he was a fine actor. I think it's just I don't know if the voice is right for Knuckles. Symph?
I definitely feel like after seeing the trailer, I was like, I don't know about this. Just does not fit Knuckles at all. But I feel like once you actually see the movie, it definitely
It
seems like
grows on you.
it seems like maybe they polished it up a little, but that's just me.
I'm biased. I love Idris Elba.
I certainly think that it helps that his characterization, which I guess is the next thing that we can go on to, the characterization for Knuckles specifically, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
So that definitely helps with the whole not really knowing what to think about Idris with his voice. But yeah, the characters definitely some surprises in there. Like I was kind of hoping slash expecting Tails to be a certain way, but he was another way instead. Again, without too many spoilers. But what I feel like is that they served the characters very well. The human characters, in addition to that, I think deserve a spotlight here. It was about what I expected, but maybe just a little bit more. How about you guys? What do you think about the characters?
I very much enjoyed the characters. Tails was a dream for me. As well as some of the human supporting casts, I felt like did a much better job than they really needed to. One in particular, without giving anything away, really highlight the movie and really justified their being there.
If it's the character that I'm thinking of, then yeah, I second what Tori said. There, that was like what the halfway point.
I think.
Halfway point. I'm not gonna say it, but it was amazing what they did with that character. And then obviously Tails is my boy. I will never say anything negative about him.
Certainly, Symph is a tried and true fangirl. Everybody.
I literally have tail socks.
Yeah, she's wearing tail socks. I am looking at him right now. Goodness gracious! So the actors did good. The characterization I think was top notch. And then there's the story. Personally speaking, I think the first movie was a bit better in terms of that, but I also think that they did a good service to what the first movie set up.
I thought the movie, like the story, was great. It was definitely a lot more chopped up, and it had its own segments to fulfill. But I feel like they were trying to get more Sonic passion through, which they did. They really went through with in the first movie, getting that okay, we are Sonic fans, and we're going to encompass that in our movie. But in this one, it feels like this is Sonic through and through. At least as much as I know about Sonic,
which is very little.
It seems like they really did their homework. They really were passionate about the project, and they wanted to show as much of the video game on screen as possible. And the story, I think it helped them to achieve that goal while still having a heartfelt message.
The story was great. Absolutely loved it. I think it was, trying not to get too spoilery here, but I think it was a pretty good blend of 2 and 3, the games. It just, some moments had me laughing, some moments had me crying. Surprisingly, no ugly crying, but I loved it. I think I was telling Tori at the end of it that this has easily become like my favorite movie of all time.
Oh wow, that's a pretty big thing.
High praise.
High praise.
Yeah, certainly, it's a pretty good one. So I guess that spoils our final thoughts on this. But just anything else, like in terms of the comedy, for instance, I thought they did a pretty good job on that. The editing, the CGI in certain places, I thought could have been a little bit better. But that's honestly pretty standard for a Hollywood movie these days.
Yeah.
So just in terms of like all the other of the movie, what do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I think a lot about it. I liked the setup of the CGI. I can tell where Skull's talking about, where it kind of downgraded in some areas, but I didn't notice it. It washed right off my back. I was so engulfed in it, and I was having so much fun that even when it felt like a cartoon, I was like, this is a darn good cartoon.
You know, when I wasn't grabbing onto him, trying not to scream in the middle of the theater.
Yeah. I don't know. I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm going to say the same thing that I said when we left the theater. My boys, my boys, my boys! Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I cannot wait for the podcast when I can fully get into how I feel right now. Because it is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the mid-credits scene.
Not going into it, though.
No spoilers, just...
Stick around for the mid-credit scene.
You absolutely have to.
Will not regret it.
Certainly, they're throwing some surprises out there, and it's definitely an exciting time. So, yeah, just overall, I think that the movie is really good, and so do they. I personally, again, I think the first one's a teeny bit better, but the second one is, a pretty good movie as well. And much like Symph said, I can't wait to get into the podcast so that we can actually talk a little more in depth about all this. But just immediately out of the theater and with some Sonic Drive-In in between, because
there's a theme of the day.
Yeah, certainly. But just off the cuff, those are our thoughts on the movie. Big recommend. Would you guys say?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd probably go 8
out of 10.
Out of 10.
12 out of 10.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And Sonic 2, especially if you're a fan, with references to the games and just good comedic writing and a story that serves the universe and characters very well, and the actors put in their all. I think that you guys are in for a real treat if you go see this movie. So, with all that said, we'll continue this discussion in the podcast where it'll be the three of us, Rabid Sonic fan, who will probably be posting a much better review of the movie on his channel in the meantime, and our buddy Trip as well, who I must thank for being one of 2 people, friends of mine, to give some money toward making this whole shebang happen, this meetup. So, yeah, thank you very much, Trip. And
You're amazing.
Yes, indeed. So we'll see you in the podcast, guys, whenever that comes out. And until then, I have been Skull902.
I've been Symph.
And I continue to be Tori.
Thank you all for watching and have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Beep.
Bye.